Okay, so it's about a week, maybe more, since I got the battery changed out. I've been kind of working on it. I wanted to do some preliminary research about where to put the jack stands and how to change the oil and everything. Now I feel like I'm ready. So I've got the car here, I've got all the stuff to change the oil. I'm wearing a shirt that I'm willing to get dirty. Let's do this shit. Okay, so the car is jacked up. I decided to just skip the part where I make a long sped up video about me jacking it up, just for the sake of time. So right now I've got it on the jack stands, and I've got the jack over there as a support. And let's see, from what I was told by my uncle, those would be some good jack points. If there's any if I should use the originals where I put the jack or anything else like that, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna trust my uncle on this one. You hear that, Uncle Ronald? If this thing falls on me, I'm gonna be pissed. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start by draining the oil pan first, per all the research I've done. Also want to take a quick sec to give a shout out to Edward Tran on YouTube. I'm using his video as one of my references for doing this oil change. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the car now. Kind of nervous, but hey, that's where we start. So to quote Mr. Miyagi, bonsai! Use this light here to make sure I can see. So, right now, as you can see, or as you, hopefully you can see, it's draining right there. So much. And I gotta make sure I don't lose too much onto the floor, because that would kind of suck. But yeah, that's where we start. Okay, so as you can see, the oil from the drain pan is reaching the last of its little seepage stage. So next comes pulling off the old oil filter. Only problem is, when I guess I completely forgot, but I went back to my research, apparently it's right over here near where I jacked up the car. So I'm going to have to at least move that one over so that I can get to the oil filter. So I moved the jack over a bit so I can actually get to this other nut that I need to get this plastic flap off so I can take off the oil filter. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and put the oil drain plug back in. Okay, so it's hand tight now to put a little bit more on it with my wrench, which is over here. A little more just to be sure. Okay, and that's it for that. Now to pull out the oil filter. Now to get that oil filter off. Haha. I'm gonna use the drain tub to keep the flap down. Now I have to And it's probably harder because I got oil on this from putting the drain plug back in. I had to make a run to AutoZone to get an oil filter wrench. Because apparently, I don't know if my gloves don't have enough traction or what, but could not move the thing. Wrong size, of course. Okay, so as you saw, I had a problem with getting the oil filter out. I just can't get enough traction with the gloves, and the oil filter wrench that I bought is too big. Weirdly enough, it fits the new one just fine, but on the old one it's just sliding around. So I think I'm gonna have to get the one with a handle where I can actually adjust it. But it's pretty late in the day now. I figure if I have to make 2 or 3 more runs to AutoZone, I'm gonna end up pretty much missing the business hours. So I'm gonna cap it tonight, get something to eat, take a shower, go to bed, and then I can get at this tomorrow. It's the next day, and I'm going to finish this off. So since this one seemed the only catch on the new one, but not the old one, I went to AutoZone this morning and got these. I figure between these two, one of them should work. And since I also want to do this on my Elantra, once it's time to change the oil on that, I'll be ready. So first, I'm going to try this one. Dang, it's not moving. So on to the attempt with the next one. Dang it. Well, I got it off. That's what she said. Downside is, yeah, I'm really gonna need a shower and whatever, I'm gonna need to clean up all this oil spill here. But hey, that is a win that I'll take. Okay, so now that the old oil filter is off, now I'm gonna put on the new one. But first, gotta lubricate the O-ring. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the oil that I'm gonna be putting in the car. Get a little dab right here, and then lubricate. So now, ready to go back on. That was a bit of an ordeal, so now I get to let the car off the jack stands, put in the new oil, and go from there. The car's back on terra firma, so next up is popping the hood and putting in the new oil. There we go. Took a second to find. Okay, apparently those are becoming a problem too. So I guess between these struts and the struts in the trunk, I know what my next work is going to be. Till then, 1 second. And bow staff for the win. I decided to just use one of the bow staffs to prop up the hood for now. So now to put in the new oil. But first, gonna clean off the dipstick. So just gotta make sure I got all of it out. Yep, good. So I'll leave that off to the side while I start pouring the new stuff. I'm still getting conflicting info. Some people say it takes like 5.5, some say just under 5 quarts, but right now this one's a 5, so I can put this one in and then see if it needs anything from there. So I've already put in the 5 quarts. Now I'm going to put in the dipstick, see if it shows that we've got enough. And we are good. It's showing a little more than half actually. So since the level looks to be good, I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on, start the car, check this, make sure the oil light doesn't come on, and from there I think I'm good. Also, I left the plastic covering that would have gone over the oil filter off so I can check for leaks. I actually left a little piece of folded up cardboard under there so I can keep an eye on that. That way I can double check everything. So let's take a look. And here we go. Okay. So seatbelt light normal, tire pressure light normal, brake light normal, door open normal. Not sure if it's just me, but I'm hearing a little bit of a whine. Not really sure. Keeping an eye out. Also, I'll figure I'll take a look under to see if the oil filter's leaking or not. Well, I gotta take it off the tripod. Yeah, looks good. No sign of a leak from the oil filter. That was the one I was actually kind of worried about, but looks like it's good. So it looks like I have finished changing out the oil. Feeling pretty good about myself right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to refasten the nuts on the plastic covering so it's not dragging. I'm going to drive it around a bit, actually drive it up to AutoZone so I can dispose of my oil properly, you know, protect the environment, etc., etc. And then I'm just going to see what it says from there. I'm on my way to AutoZone now. Before I go, I just wanted to point out the most recent newbie mistake. You see how there's some oil over there? Well, that's because I started pouring the oil straight from the pan to the, excuse me, to this oil container so I could take this back to AutoZone, and it didn't occur to me to use the funnel until I was about a quarter of the way through. So, yeah, really got to work on that. So that wraps it up. Sorry if the background noise is a little much. My brother is doing his laundry right now. So I just got back from AutoZone, disposed of my oil, and checked on the Lexus. Everything seems to be running normal. All the temperatures are normal, no weird noises, no slow response, so I'd say I'm good. So now, all that's left is to finish putting away my tools, which I did most of them, but I got to figure out how to clean the oil off that funnel and the oil pan, and then off the floor. And then I even managed to get a little bit of oil on my creeper. I should probably clean that too to make sure the thing lasts a good long time. But yeah, this is a pretty good first outing. Considering I don't know all that much about maintaining cars, doing anything performance-wise, this went pretty good. So I figure when I take my shower after this, I'm gonna feel like I earned it. So I figured over the course of doing this, you already saw what I plan to do next. So replace those struts on the hood and the trunk. So, but till then, this is DJ, the Aspiring Gearhead. See ya.